Welcome back, future homeowners. Today, we're diving into one of the most critical aspects of your home buying journey: interest rates. Local real estate broker, I'm here to give you all the insider knowledge you need and guide you through making this complex decision. Don't worry, we're going to do it together. Get ready for a captivating journey as we break down the basics of interest rates, share some real-life examples, and reveal insider tips on how to get the best rate in today's market. Welcome back to Living in Spokane, Washington, your go-to channel for the Spokane lifestyle. I'm Hunter McKay, your local guide. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you never miss out on our latest videos. Whether you're a longtime Spokaneite or just considering moving to our beautiful city, our channel is your ultimate resource guide. Don't forget to drop us a question or a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And if you ever want to jump on a phone call or a Zoom, we'd love to share our insider knowledge about Spokane. Whether you're ready to make the leap or just considering Spokane, we want to make sure that you always have the full information that you need to embrace the Spokane lifestyle. Let's embark on this journey together. Let's start with the basics. What is an interest rate? An interest rate is the extra amount of money that you're going to have to pay in addition to the principal balance that you have on your overall loan. A small change in the interest rate can have a significant impact on the total amount that you would have to repay. They're expressed as a percentage of the loan amount and can have a significant impact on the payment over time. Okay, Hunter, I'm starting to get interest rates, but why do they change? Why wouldn't it just stay the same over time? Well, one of the biggest reasons is because the Federal Reserve has to control interest rates in order to manipulate and change the economy if things are doing too well or too poorly. A big example of this is COVID. The Fed funds rate is controlled by the Federal Reserve, and they dropped it as close to zero as possible because they wanted to stimulate the economy during COVID. We were worried about how people were doing, and we needed to make money cheap. And so we needed to be able to print a lot of it in order to keep everything afloat. So the Fed funds rate dropped to zero, allowing banks around the country to also reduce their interest rate. And so for many years, we had really low interest rates. What did this cause? A big increase in prices because everyone could afford to buy more house because the money that they were borrowing was cheaper. Now, as we're trying to curb inflation, we're going the opposite direction. The Fed funds rate isn't at zero anymore, it's going up, and every time the Fed meets, they continue to raise the Fed funds rate. In response to this, banks around the country raise their interest rate to compensate, and now the cost of money is going up, and the prices of real estate are going down a little bit because no one can afford it as much. Understanding the Fed's role in the economy and paying attention to the different meetings that they have throughout the year and the impact that it has on the Fed funds rate can really inform you on the conversations you should be having with your mortgage lender. As we've just discussed, economic conditions can have a big impact on interest rate. It's not just the Fed funds rate that we have to watch. It's things like GDP growth, employment, and overall inflation for our country and around the world that can impact how expensive it might be to buy a home. Hunter, I don't like what you're saying. It sounds like all of this is out of my control. No, not all of it, just the economic conditions. The major things that are in your control are your financial health and your credit picture. And so make sure that you have these two things under control because you will be able to balance against all negative economic situations if you can plan for these other moments. Everyone thinks, okay, so I need to have no debt and pay off all of my credit cards and my cars, right? Wrong. Actually, to have a good credit score, you need to show how well you can pay back your debt. It's kind of a catch-22. I know a lot of clients who come to me and say, I've spent my whole life paying in cash. I'm ready to buy a house. Help me get a mortgage. It's actually really challenging. I would way rather have someone that has a 750 credit score and a good amount of debt that they can sustain because they have good income and they've been making their payments regularly and they've never missed a single one. We might have to reorganize a little bit of their debt in order to put a house onto their docket, but it's always easier to pay off debt than it is to create credit from nowhere. Remember everyone, good financial health isn't just having no debt, it's having good credit. And part of having good credit is some debt that you're paying on, so make sure that you work with a professional to find the balance. Not only do economic conditions and your financial picture impact the interest rate, but different lenders around the country and different local lenders are going to have different interest rates. Not only that, but the different loan types will have different interest rates too. And so it's really crucial to take a little bit of time during this step in the process and shop around for all of your different options. Not all lenders or loan programs are created equal. So first, I would recommend you look into the different types of loan programs that different lenders offer and think about which loan type is going to be best for you. Once you've identified the lender and loan type that you want to go with, then you want to look at all of their different fees and make sure that there's no extra origination fees or doc prep fees that can't be minimized, or look at a different lender just to make sure that you're really comparing apples to apples. At the end of the day, we want the lowest interest rate and the lowest monthly payment out of pocket. But it's not just on day one. It's really over a 10, 20, and 30-year period that we have to be thinking about it. And so really make sure to structure things that you're not just looking in the short term. Really look long term when it comes to your interest rate. You could be married to it for a long time. Okay, Hunter, I found my lender. I know what loan type I want. What other strategies can I do to make sure I have the very best rate possible? Well, you've come to the right place. There are two things I really want to focus on: buy down points and your credit score. Let's start with credit score. If you can do anything to shift your score into a new tier or bracket, that can be really impactful. What I mean by this is different interest rates are awarded to different tiers of credit scores. If you have a 670 and you can work just a little bit to get it to a 680, that could have a really big impact. The change between 680 and 690 isn't nearly as significant as the change between 670 and 680. And so you need to ask your lender, what credit score tiers do I really need to be in order to have a significant impact? And if I'm close to that, what actions can I take in order to push my credit score up? In many cases, it's things like paying down debt to certain limits. But if you're a newer borrower, it can be things like getting more credit cards because you don't have enough credit. Crazy, right? The second thing to talk about is buy down points, and these are available to everyone. They're very lender specific and also time frame specific. Different economic situations can cause a lender to increase or decrease their buy down points. What this means is, say I'm a lender and I loan you $100,000 at 5% interest. I might be willing to issue you a 4.5% interest rate if you give me extra money up front as a buy down fee. Now, this is extra money that doesn't go towards the down payment, so you really have to think about, how long am I going to have this loan for? How many years am I going to live in this house? And most importantly, for how many years is it likely that my interest rate today is going to be at or above a future interest rate that I could refinance to? If I know interest rates are going down in a couple of years, I probably don't want to buy down the points because I'm just wasting money. If I know I'm buying a fixed interest rate that I'm holding for 30 years, it might make sense to buy down the rate. It's time to secure a loan. Don't be afraid to negotiate with the lender. They might feel like they have all the power, but if you let them know that you're comparing other options, it's amazing what kind of discounts might become available. Congratulations, you're now equipped with a full understanding of interest rates and how they impact your home buying journey. Now, remember, interest rates are not set in stone and they can change over time, so make sure to stay in touch with your loan officer while you're on the home buying journey. By staying informed and shopping around for the best interest rates and taking steps to improve your creditworthiness, you'll be well prepared to secure the most favorable rates available in today's market. Happy house hunting! Thank you for joining us on this intricate video about interest rates. If you enjoyed this and other videos, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you're up to speed on all of our new and upcoming videos. Stay tuned for our next video, and remember, the more you know, the more confident you can be on your home buying journey. See you next time.